Jest i następny stream. I będziemy lecieć na rekord.
I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night. Don't get distracted.
Well, it seems that your journey has ended. Very sorry about that. It was always going to end this way, of course. If it weren't by me, it would have just been by some other, terrible thing. Just, you could not imagine how terrible it would be. Just, I get scared thinking about it. I'm glad it's not me. To the ground until the sun warms up and they can, move around again. So, well, save those breadcrumbs until the birds thaw, because they can't very well enjoy them in the condition they're in. To which he asked what I meant, and asking what condition the crumbs should be in before he threw them to the birds, assuming that I meant the birds couldn't enjoy the breadcrumbs in the condition that the crumbs were in, when in fact I had meant the birds could not enjoy them in the condition that the birds were in, considering that the birds were frozen. You know, so he took a moment and then threw his last handful onto the ground. I said to him, "Orville, why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when I just told you they're frozen?" To which he responded, "The breadcrumbs are not frozen." Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs were frozen when I said I told you they're frozen. I'd been referring to the birds. You know, in hindsight, what I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, "Why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds are frozen?" He misunderstood upon my correction, stating that he didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and that perhaps, when the birds thawed, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I said to Orville, and this is what I said to him, I said, "Orville, the birds may be dead." My friend, you have met a terrible, terrible demise. But, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't from me, it would have just been from someone else, I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on, not for you. You're dead. But that's neither here nor there. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville. And I said to him, "Orville, I have a story." And he said to me, "What's the significance of the story?" And I said to him, "Orville, not every story has to have significance, Sometimes, sometimes a story is just a story. If you try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. I had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, and thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume, Sometimes, I said, a story is just a story. So just be quiet for 1 second of your life and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I'd made sandwiches, and poor Orville was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands, Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands at all, do they? They're all feet. And I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, "Orville, let me go get you some rye bread." Now, I'm unsure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday and threw it out Wednesday, or rather they sold it at a discount for people wanting to feed the ducks, and then probably at the end of the day, finally, they threw it all out. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and then go feed the ducks. He would buy all of the sourdough bread. Of course, you're not supposed to feed the ducks sourdough bread at all. It swells up in their stomach and then they all die. At least that's what I've heard. I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the duck population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man and tell him that he was killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And if you want my opinion on the matter, and I told Orville this as well, if you want to feed ducks, or birds, or any kind for that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I bought Orville some rye bread. What a fine day it was.
Dwa razy pod rząd. 2 razy. Siemka. Chciałem koniecznie Foxiego zmienić, ale pyku. Ja tych 50-20 nie zrobię, co ty w życiu. Przynajmniej przy swojej obecnej taktyce, bo to podobno są jakieś inne. Czemu dziwnie mnie nie słychać? Teraz może? Dobra, przerwa.
You won't get tired of my voice, will you?
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll do fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos.
Teraz lepiej słychać, czy jeszcze nie?
My
Co? Niech będzie MM. Ale co mam kliknę? A. To, że wiem, to, że
Don't you hate getting killed by obscure secondary character?
Niewygodnie mi jest.
Today is all about me.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Don't get distracted.
Właśnie, lepszemu pozycję chcą odpuszczać.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come on stage very often.
Please deposit 5
I've heard he
Thank
becomes
you
a lot more
for
active in the
depositing
dark,
5
though.
coins.
So, hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something or someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door light. You might only have a few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course.
Arr, so much more.
Wera, nie czekaj, proszę. Nightmare Balloon Boy? Patrz. Siedzi tu. Teraz nic się nie dzieje. Jak tak siedzi, nie mogę na niego świecić latarką. Jak wejdę i wyjdę... Okej, nie tak. Pokażę ci to. Nie. Jak tak siedzi, nie mogę świecić na niego latarką. No teraz dopiero zacząłem, więc akurat nie reaguję. Jak tak stoi, to muszę poświecić. A teraz jak znowu wejdę i wyjdę, to teraz mnie zabije.
Flash that light on the wall.
Aha.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Jak najbardziej.
Please, thank you for depositing 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Będzie więcej.
Smile.
Będzie więcej osób, to będzie fajnie. Ja tam się ucieszę.
Czekaj, ja sobie ten...
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Aby musiał się...
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Ja mam fajnie, że oni chyba w tej kanalizacji ten... zblokowali wszystko przez ten wejście.
Ty się zblokowali.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Bo ja się już nie odegram.
Please deposit. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Can you come?
A, dobra.
Okej, dzięki. A było tak? Dobrze.
Zaraz będzie jumpscare po sprawie.
Powiedz mi, kogo mam wybrać do FNAF 1 challenge, bo ja nie wiem.
FNAF 1?
W sensie nie do ciebie mówię, nie to na live mówię.
A, bo my na tym, no.
W sensie ja wiem kogo, ale nie
Ja już przeszedłem, trudno.
Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Wiem, że się... Zresztą... Hitera to ty się nie nauczyłeś ode mnie. Bo nie wiedziałeś, jak to działa.
Smile.
Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Ale jak nie mam nikogo... Ale jak nie mam nikogo innemu, komu muszę wydawać coiny, no to mogę sobie użyć tych, no. Pozytywka dla Leftiego, bo znowu zapomnę.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Co ja tu mam na biurku?
Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you
Halo.
for depositing 5 coins.
Wow. Pierwszy raz to widzę. Ale fajne.
User entered your channel.
Co to było?
Stranger danger.
No to ja jestem na TeamSpeaku. W sensie wiem, że to jest z FNAF World, ale ten... Wiem, że to jest z tego FNAFa, ale... Ale kurde, takiego czegoś nie widziałem tu. Oj, miałem FNAF 1 challenge, sorry.
Oj, teraz będę miał lepszy internet.
Ej, to chyba 3 koni są, nie? Tak.
No.
Nie do ciebie.
3 megabajty to nie ma.
Channel switched.
No ty, weź, nie mów, że tak ciężko na kanał wejść.
Za gdzie jest?
No, 2 kanały wyżej.
Aha.
Czekaj, bo mi Didi to
Dopiero widzę. Ja już grasz?
Właściwie zacząłem challenge'a.
Chłe.
Tylko 4 animatroniki są we FNAF 1 challenge. To przecież będzie i... Ona mi kogoś dodała? A, Trash Gang. Nie, Trash Gang bywa, ale halo, jak FNAF 1 to wie.
Te. Ten.
Unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I know how much you like to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night.
Co znowu?
Jar, me bird likes you, so I'll do ye a favor.
Tak często trzeba jej muzyczkę zmieniać, że masakra.
No.
Już trapa mi dała? Wiesz,
Co ty tam?
na 100% się tego spodziewałem, nie? Nie gadaj, że ja tego challenge'u nie mogę.
Jakiego?
No FNAF 1, no halo, to są tylko 4 animatrony.
Nie masz farta, bo to jest ten. Hard. Ja. Chwila, coś zmienię.
A FNAF 3 challenge to co tam masz? Pewnie Fantomy i Springtrapa, nie? No fajnie, zamknąłem mu te drzwi.
I co?
No i nie pukło, to ja otworzyłem i wziąłem, wszedłem w kamerę.
I cię zabił pewnie. W ogóle został przesłany nowy filmik pod tytułem
U ciebie?
Noc porażek. No.
Zmieniłem ci tą piosenkę, wyjdź. Nie gram tego. Nie no, ja to przejdę.
A ty tam grasz z kimś, czy sam?
Ja będę siedział cały czas w tej grze, mam to gdzieś.
Chłe.
Dobra, co 20 sekund co 10 sekund sprawdzę kamerę.
Nie wiem, czy to będzie słychać. Ale jak będzie, to będzie źle. Uwaga.
Nie gram tego, ta chica jest przerypana.
Słychać to było?
Nie.
Okej. To musisz patrzeć na Foxiego i na Chikę często.
Na Foxiego nie patrzę, ale
Przepraszam.
mam gdzieś.
To zaraz ci wyskoczy.
On się boi bardziej mnie niż ja jego.
Wbiją
W ogóle 0,80 zł, to taki jedyny. Ty, ale to na biurku było jakieś dziwne. Ja to ja wiem skąd to jest. Co? Ja wiem co to jest, ale pierwszy raz to tutaj widziałem, nie?
Jak ty to zrobiłeś, że masz 8000 punktów?
Nie?
Co wziąłeś?
Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit
No
5
wiem.
coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5 coins.
Graczem.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
No ale mówisz, że 50-20 nie przejdzie.
Nie przejdę, co ty? Jestem dobry, ale nie na tyle.
No chyba, że tak.
Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Ja też dzwonię.
Oh, hey, you're doing great. Most people don't last this long. I mean, you know, they usually move on to other
Leżę sobie
things by
odebrał.
now. I'm not implying that they died. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I better not take up too much of your time. Things start getting real tonight. Hey, listen, I had an idea. If you happen to get caught and want to avoid getting stuck into a Freddy suit, try playing dead. You know, go limp.
Dodam.
Then there's a chance that maybe they'll think that you're an empty costume instead. Then again, if they think you're an empty costume, they might try to stuff a mental skeleton into you. I wonder how
Ja
that
to
would
na
work.
ciebie, wyjdź mi z tego.
Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. It's best just not to get caught. Okay, I'll leave you to it. See you on the flip side.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Never underestimate.
Weź wyjdź, Foxy. Chyba, że po prostu zrobię to tak. Szkoda, że ci to STP nie działa.
Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
O kurde.
Please deposit 5 coins. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Wiedziałem.
Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
Masz wyjść i to tak. Nie mogę na niego patrzeć, co ty?
O, już jestem, wziąłem co piwo.
Tak.
A teraz odpocznę miliona. Nie ma to jak się zmęczyć,
Wyjdźcie wszyscy z życia, dlaczego nie można zrobić 0,20?
Da się. Można. Didi, Repel i... nie Didi.
Ty jesteś takim nubem, że nie dodajesz samego animatronika, ale Didi robi to za ciebie.
Co?
Ty jesteś takim nubem, że nie dodajesz żadnego animatronika, ale Didi robi to za ciebie.
A. Oczywiście, jak się jest takim nubem.
Jeśli widział swoją pierwszą grę.
jestem w ogóle.
Ogólnie ja po pierwszej wygranej miałem już chyba 3000 punktów. Nie wiem.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
buddy.
me.
Jezus, czemu ty?
It seems that you have met
Oh.
your end.
No
What a
hitpo, i
pity.
teraz będzie gadanie
You
przez
know,
pół godziny.
I don't feel too bad about it, though.
A co to nie ty siedzisz
After
na
all,
live?
if it weren't me, it
Nie.
would have just been one of the others, I guess. I'm honestly just glad to be out of those air ducts. You know, it's not
Ja
easy for a
wyszedłem za
hippopotamus
wielkie
to
lagi
fit
na
up there,
live miałem.
and
Nie wiem
not
czemu. Ja w
easy to
ogóle
get
nie
down
wiem
either.
czemu.
And not as young as I used to be, as you can see.
Lepiej coś zrób
I used to be able to
z
do all
tym
sorts of things.
laboratorium.
You're young, you're vibrant, you have that sort of pep in your
Tego
step.
się już nie da
It
uratować.
reminds me of a conversation I
Gotcha.
was having with one of my good friends, Orville.
To powiedz ja.
We were having a nice
To wymyśl
picnic
coś.
one day. I believe it was
Ja już
summer.
myślałem
No,
przez tydzień.
perhaps it was it the fall? Yes. It was the fall because the leaves had turned already. But I
To
said
moje
to
myślenie
Orville,
nie
I
wyszło
said,
jakoś.
Orville,
Dobrze,
I
ja
have a
kończę live'a,
story
bo nie
that
ma co, nie chcę już.
that me, kind of odd.
Dlaczego?